Oh, Mr. Frodo! We're playing Farm Manager! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Farm Manager 2018. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be jumping in to some serious farm management in 2018. Now, this right here is a game that reminds me, for some reason, of Banished. If Banished were all about a farm, like one farm, not a whole civilization, settlement, I guess. It reminds me of Banished, basically, except it's about one farm, and this is apparently where my farm is going to begin. This actually isn't the best plot of land in the world, but it's kind of nice having a little river going through. It's something a little bit different. So, we are currently playing on easy difficulty, and we're starting with the lowest amount of money possible, which is 250,000 coins. We'll say dollars for the sake of, you know, not saying coins. $250,000 to begin with. That sounds like a lot of money. That is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money to begin with. So we have some construction to do. We're going to come down here, and we have a lot of options for construction. We can build some animal-based buildings like a small rabbit warren, a pigsty. We could build a chicken coop or a beekeeper building, amongst some others. We have some employee buildings. So permanent employees who are going to be on the farm all year round, seasonal employees who will show up for the harvest season, and then the farm owner's house. This is actually where I live, so we're going to pick out a good site for this. And honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to just put it all the way down there. Like a way down in the corner, away from the rest of the farm, because I'm incredibly antisocial. So that's going to go down in that corner, and immediately, like $80,000 are gone. Like I said, $250,000 does not go a long way. What we're also going to do is build ourselves up a paved road just in front of the house there. So let's see, where exactly can I go with this? We want to go there. And we probably want to go to about there. And what I think we'll do is we'll just bring our road straight up to there. So that's going to be a road that leads down to the farmhouse. That's, again, where I live. And that'll get built in time once the construction trucks actually get here, which I don't think takes all that long. In the meantime, let's have a little look at this button, because I don't know what this is. Oh, it's photo mode. Well, that makes sense. It is a camera, and that's going to be super useful for video thumbnails, which I really appreciate. I love when games have like a dedicated photo mode. It makes my job so much easier. Anyway, farmhouse has been built, and I actually got a little goal for that, which is beautiful news. Got $8,000 for it as well, so up to $180,000 right now. We have another challenge here to build a house for permanent employees and get $3,000 for it. We need to do that by the 24th of the 7th, 2018, so we have time to do it. In the meantime, though, I do want to have a look at this building, because we can do a few different things with this. We could get the annual agricultural school for $100,000, which will increase the quality and quantity of the harvest by 10%. It gives access to specialized training and will last 365 days. We could do that. We're not going to do that. It does also give us workshops for pretty much every type of farmer. Again, not going to do that because I kind of want the financial management training, because that's going to give me reduced bills by 2%. It's also going to, let's see here, it's going to open up some additional training, such as training on methods of obtaining funding, financial training, and then the ones that follow that, as well as agricultural lands management. It's all a bit wordy. It is all a bit wordy. But if I want to get a loan here, I need practical training in negotiation skills and training in banking 1. And I kind of want a loan. So let's have a look here. We want the practical training in negotiation skills. And we also want the training in banking 1, although we have to wait for that. So we are going to wait for that for just a little bit. I'm not sure how long this actually takes. Looks like it's going to take a little while. So what we'll do in the meantime is go ahead and get ourselves another building. And that building is going to be the house for permanent employees, which I'm thinking we could put down here. But if I put it there, then my employees are really far away from where I'm going to put the farms themselves. But I think we're going to do it anyway. I think the employees are going to live up by the farmhouse, so we'll get that building just in there and get it constructed and get ourselves $3,000 for building that particular structure. Yeah, that is going to take a while. So I should probably explain why I want this. Basically, I want to be able to take a loan so I can do more things, because if I don't do that, we're going to have a problem. I also really want to get the, let's see here, use of renewable energy sources. I want that because we can build some wind turbines, and I've been reasonably, possibly reliably informed that wind turbines, wherever they are, I'm not quite sure, right there, they will generate electricity that I can sell to a power plant. So that, to me, sounds like a pretty reliable source of money. And I kind of want a reliable source of money. We also have this right here, a greenhouse, which will let me cultivate certain crops in less favorable seasons of the year. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. We could put that, say, right back here as well. So a greenhouse seems like it could be a useful place to start. Could also be good to get a well for some of my farms, but again, we'll get to that shortly. I am thinking a greenhouse could be good, though. Maybe. Maybe. We'll have a little think about that. In the meantime, let's see what other buildings we have to start with. We have the small warehouse, which is where I can put things like chicken eggs. I can put different things in there, basically. I can store things in the warehouse. I can't store meats, though. And I can't store frozen food. I would need this warehouse right here to do that. This warehouse obviously has cooling. It's $190,000, though. Not going to be paying for that. We also have the barn, which is where seeds, plants, hay, straw, and hay bales would go. We have the small silo, which is where things like cereals can go, so wheats can go in there as well. Manure storage, I think that's fairly self-explanatory, I'm going to be honest. What else have we got? We got warehouse, no, sorry, this is production. So a small juice factory, the mill, we have seeds and seedlings production, milk processing, slaughterhouses, small milk processing, frozen food factory, and storage for silage. We then have garages. I think they're self-explanatory. And again, we have the houses and animal buildings. Now let's have a look and see how this is going. It is about halfway there. We do have a request to hire employees, though. So let's see if we can get someone in here. What are we going to be doing first, though? That's the question. What are we going to be doing first? Because what I'm thinking is if we go to animals here and get a beekeeper building, I think honey seems like it would be a good start, and it's quite cheap. It's a $2,000 building. The rabbit warren's very cheap as well, but it's quite small. So I think we're going to go for a beekeeper, because I've not really played around with beekeeping anyway. It is something I haven't really looked at in this game at all. So the beekeeper building, oh, I zoomed in a little far there. It can go behind this permanent employees building. And we'll also go ahead and hire someone that can handle bees, which is going to be Isabel Armstrong, who is a little bit strong. She can work for a decent amount of time without rest and is also interested in beekeeping. So Isabel Armstrong, you are going to be... Actually, you know what? Millie Stevenson, you're even better. Congratulations, Millie. Welcome to the farm. Let's go ahead and get this built. Train any worker to level 5 to get another bonus. Let's get Millie Stevenson working here, and let's get ourselves some beehives. Oh, beehive. It's a is that a joke in an Austin? That sounds like a joke in an Austin Powers movie. Oh, beehive. You know what I mean? That's that's the kind of quality jokes that people come to my channel for. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and play with the bell thing to get notifications when I post videos. That's how you be a YouTuber, right? That's YouTube in 2018, and which is appropriate because this is Farm Manager in 2018. So something else we need is going to be a small warehouse. We do need one of these because there's nowhere to store the honey that we get at the moment. So this small warehouse, I'm thinking I'm actually going to put it like on the road. I think that'd be a good place for it. Or like just up here at the end of this road. I think right there for the small warehouse is going to be nice. Because we have our beehive here and it is using some, what is it making here? I don't remember exactly. I think it's making multi-flower honey, which we can actually track up here on the top of the screen. So once the warehouse is built, we can start putting multi-flower honey into the warehouse from the beehives. And then we can hopefully start selling those in a reasonable amount of time. Now, I'm pretty sure this actually... Oh, yeah, that is done. The first bit of training is done. So we need the practical training and negotiation skills, which is not going to take long. And then we need the training in banking. And then... Wait a minute. No, that is the first one. Because we still haven't got the use of renewable energy sources. That's okay, though. That's not too much of a big deal. Let's see. It's this... I don't know what this means exactly. I'm hoping we do have flowers nearby that these hives can use, but I'm just not sure. I feel like maybe we don't. I feel like maybe we should go ahead and build ourselves a small silo just here. And what I think we'll do is we'll throw it just next to the beehives. Just right about there. And then we can actually order in some flowers or something like that. I believe, anyway. If we go to buy here and go to... let's see. Animal products are not going to be what we're looking for. Foliages. Now, that might be what we're looking for. Yeah, so there's some flowers in here. I believe this... Where did it go? It was up there for a second. This right here. And buckwheat possibly might be what we're looking for. So if we order in a bunch of buckwheat, let's say 1,000 buckwheat. We'll order that in real quick. And this is decent capacity, so that's fine. That should mean that we can start using the buckwheat, which is what that is, to make, I believe it would be buckwheat honey. So now that the buckwheat's here... Oh, we got the training done. Beautiful. Now that the buckwheat's here, can you start, you know, doing the thing? You are good with bees. So let's, are you doing what I need you to be doing? Click with shift to move resources. Can I move them into there? Apparently not. Click with shift to move resources. I'm trying. It ain't letting me though. So what I've gone ahead and done is hired 2 more people to work this little field that we got going. And the reason I've done that is because I believe what I actually need to be doing here, which makes perfect sense and I'm a bit of an idiot, is I need to plant some buckwheat and then the bees will go and, like, you know, do their thing with the buckwheat rather than just having a bunch of buckwheat in a silo. Because buckwheat in a silo isn't going to do anything for the bees. They're not going to be like, oh, lads, let's buzz on over there and open the silo, you know, with their little bee hands. They're gonna be like, oh, hold on, I've only got little arms, just gonna open the silo and fly on in there. They're not gonna do that. So they need to be like, oh, there's buckwheat in the field right there, let's go get that. That's what I'm talking about. So that's why these 2 are currently, I believe, plowing the field. And then we can actually go ahead and cultivate the field as well, which I think we might want to do. So we'll get those 2 to cultivate the field. Then they could fertilize it. We could actually buy in some fertilizer. I don't know if we will. I don't know if I'm really interested in buying in fertilizer. We'll see. Either way, they'll cultivate it and then I'll figure out what I'm doing. And then we'll buy in some buckwheat seeds. And then we'll plant some buckwheat and we'll go from there. Because I don't think anything's going to happen with these bees until buckwheat has been planted. Now, it is worth mentioning, I can have, I believe, 8 employees in this house right here. But I don't think we're going to bother with that. What I will do is, for the time being, I'm going to just sell the buckwheat back. I lost, like, what was it, 191? Was it 191? I think it was. $191 on that because I bought it without it being needed, but that's all right. Let's go ahead here and get the... Where are we looking? We're looking for training in banking, which is going to take 14 days. Let me get the renewable energy sources first. because that's not going to take anywhere near as long. And then we'll get the training in banking, then we can take a loan, and then we should be good. So is that not done? The cultivating is done. So we could fertilize it. The soil's not bad though, so I think what we'll do is we'll just get ourselves in some buckwheat, if I could spell, some buckwheat seeds. We'll buy 1 kilogram of them. Those will get delivered to the warehouse. They're currently in delivery, as we can see. But once those get delivered, we can go ahead and plant them. And then hopefully the bees can start making some buckwheat honey. So there we go, that's now being delivered. Let's go ahead and plant the buckwheat and get you guys on that nice and quickly. And I think that'll get the bees. There we go, multi-flower honey is good to go. We got 15 units of multi-flower honey just in here. I don't know why it's multi-flower necessarily, but it is honey, and it is something we can actually go ahead and sell. So in theory, we can start making some money here. And what I would like to do... Oh, hello, Millie Stevenson. I can actually train you up, can't I? Let's invest in our employee here. Let's get her up to level 5, which is apparently something that the game wanted me to do anyway. So we'll get her up to level 5, and then what I want to do is actually go ahead and order in some anti-weed, some anti-fungus, and some what are we looking here? Anti-insect stuff. Because I want to spray this field to make sure we don't get any pests on the crops. Obviously that can be detrimental to the crops if you're kind of anti-pesticide, but we'll not get into the whole anti-pesticide thing. All I'm interested in is getting the anti-weed on there. Because we ain't having no one in our fields blazing it. That's a terrible joke. There's some buckwheat honey. So yeah, we have some buckwheat honey, we have some multi-flower honey. And that can all be sold. So what we can do is actually go to the market here, go to sell, and go to animal products. Yes. And then what we can do is auto trade the buckwheat honey and the multi-flower honey and say always sell it. So 2 times a month, we will sell whatever honey we have, which will hopefully start making us some good money. If we have a look, we can actually see just what it's worth. So 30 multi-flower honey is $554. The buckwheat is possibly worth a bit more, actually. The buckwheat's not bad. Currently $31.58 for buckwheat, 18.48 for multi-flower. And we're getting both, so that's nice. And I don't think I can... Yeah, so they have that nearby. Training finished, use of renewable energy sources. Interesting. Very interesting, because that means I can actually build this, which means I can sell the energy back to the power company. And I can actually put it right up there at the end of my farm. So let's build that. 60,000 for it, but it might get me a good profit. And then we can go in and get the training in banking, which is right there, which will let me take a loan up to $200,000, which is perfectly fine by me. Because if this thing actually generates enough power, then we should be looking really good on the whole front of, you know, making money. It would be nice to have like a properly organic farm, I think. I think that'd be really fun. Or maybe just a farm dedicated to beekeeping could also be interesting. Can we get a bigger thing for bees? No. It is actually quite a small building. Alrighty. So what are we looking at here? How does this thing work? Oh, it actually produces... So it says right there what we produce. Okay. I mean, can I can pin this, right? Yeah, I can. I wish I could make it smaller. But I'll just leave it down there in the right-hand corner so we can see what it actually ends up producing. Because it only costs 10 per month. So that could actually be pretty, like, useful. This thing's 150 per month, so it might at least pay for the maintenance on all of our buildings. Which seems like it would be really good. Also looks like we are getting regular amounts of honey here. So I'm wondering, I mean, how much do we pay for employees at the minute? If we have a look at our reports here. So our expenses are 625 for maintenance, 1,732 for employees, and then -2 on buckwheat seeds. Now that's not a consistent. That's this month, or this is in the last year. We did spend 879 on buckwheat itself. Can I bring up my calculator real quick? Because I'm not really interested in adding that up in my head. So what was it? 625. So 625 plus 1732, which is going to be a grand total of 2,357. So that's the current amount of money we need to make in a year to break even, assuming we don't have to buy anything. So my question becomes, what is the income? So the income, I don't want to look. So 2,357 is what we need to beat. We're not getting that currently. But again, the year isn't over. And that's actually a fair point. The year isn't over, so that's something we need to keep in mind. Those expenses might not be accurate. So that's a little awkward. I think it might be worth looking into more beekeeping, though. It also might be worth just spraying this with everything we got. So if you guys want to go and hit that up again. It does look like we are making more and more honey, though. So I think another beekeeper building could be a really good idea. So what if we went ahead and had a little dirt road going right there? And then on that dirt road, we could do another beekeeper building. Like, say, right about there. Actually, let's line it up with this other one. So right there, another beekeeper building. And then we can get another one down here. And I think that'll do pretty good. I want to have a little look, though. So currently 1,102 from 35 buckwheat honey. Obviously, the price here, again, 31.47. It does fluctuate. You can see right here that it does fluctuate. It's been higher. It's been 31.71. It's been as low as 30, but it is actually on the rise right here. Multi-flower is on the decline. It has been as high as 18.56 and as low as 18.1. But again, it actually looks like we're going to make a profit off of the honey if we have enough of it. The problem, of course, is the maintenance and the cost of employees, because one employee per hive is obviously a thing. So we're gonna need to make sure that we're able to balance this properly, because it's all well and good having a bunch of beehives making a bunch of money, but if we're not actually making that much, then it's not really worth it, is it? So let's see here. Let's get 10 hives, which again, they're 300 each alone. So, you know, profits are good and all, but we need to make sure we actually have profits, basically. So let's get these 10 hives in here. Did we leave? We did leave a bit of space between them. We have to leave a bit of space between them. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of them. So 10 beehives right there. We can, actually, no, we can't hire people. We can't use people that are already here. So you're good with bees. You're going to be hired. And anyone else good with bees? You're good with bees. So Lucy, you are hired as well. Let's see here. Get a get a worker to level 5. Not too worried about that. Let's get Lucy on that. And let's just have a look at getting another beehive then, because I do think it's going to be a really good idea to do that. We'll go for that spot just there. And then you guys should be pretty much like immediately going out for the... Yeah, you're getting the multi-flower right away. And you have got the buckwheat nearby as well. So that's good. These have all been sprayed. That's being constructed. And what are the current expenses then? So let's have a look at the report. Let's see. Expenses are now up to... Oh, hold on a minute. Obviously, it's not really going to tell me until the next month. Can we look at the last month? Have we even had a month pass yet? I'm not sure we have. That could be interesting. We are getting loans soon, though, so yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's also go and get these hives up then. So we want one right about there. And we're just going to stack them the way we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we don't really leave a gap. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So that should do pretty good for us. I think that'll be good money. It really does seem like honey's the way to go. We actually closed this thing. What are we looking at? 703 right now? All right, let's keep that pinned and try not to close it this time. So 703 on that alone. That'll pay for... Where's our staff? That'll pay for 1 or 2 members of staff. I mean, that is pricey. We are paying pretty substantial money on the staff there. So, I mean, what are we looking at on the honey that we have here? So if we sell all of that, 1860 on buckwheat for 59, and then 1632. All right. Why is the music? The music's being weird right now. Music's being really weird right now. Can we have a look? Are we into the next month? I don't think we are. Can we look at expenses? No, it hasn't updated. Well, that's annoying. Trading and banking has been finished. I don't think we want to look at the loan until... I don't think we want to look at that yet. We did just sell a bunch of stuff, though. So if we have a little look here, our income's actually looking good from those. Did that just update? No, it didn't. So our income is 2193 and 2873. And that's with 2 of these not really working at full capacity. I mean, that one's looking pretty good. This one's looking really good. I wonder if a bigger buckwheat field would do it. Actually, what is the other farm? What is this? If we get another little field, would that maybe do this a favor? Also, I don't know if it's picking up in the recording, but the music's going really, really strange there. Not sure what's up with it. But I'm thinking like another little 10 by 10 field just here could be an idea. I mean, I want to know what those seeds are, though. Because obviously, I mean, buckwheat is 1. What is that other one? So that's the buckwheat. It's colza. Okay, so buy a kilogram of colza. Did the music just die? The game's... Okay, so it's when I'm paused. The game doesn't like it when I'm paused. Okay. Let's plow that. And get that done. And we'll plant the colza seeds there and hope that that will do some good for us. It does look like we are getting a decent amount of honey in, though. 8 and 11. Nothing in that one currently. Nothing in that one currently. And the buckwheat seems to be doing all right. So you guys just keep working on that. We could get vehicles to do this. I just want to point that out. With bigger fields, you can get vehicles to do it, but vehicles are obviously expensive, so it's going to be worth keeping that in mind. Over 1,000 in profit this month from the wind turbine station. Not going to complain about that at all. Although apparently this is going to take a little bit. How many employees again? 5? Fair enough. Can we have a little look at them? Because you can do manufacturing. You can actually do plants. Alexander Ford can actually do plants. You are orchards. Image. Do we? Oh, wait a minute. This isn't my staff. This is my staff. Hold on. Let's just play the game so the music doesn't die on me. So you're a beekeeper with good strength. You're a beekeeper and you're a beekeeper. You know what? I'm going to spend some money upgrading everybody. It might be dumb, but I want to upgrade all my workers because we don't have that many of them and they are working very specific jobs. So you're going to be upgraded as well. And then you are also going to be upgraded. So all my workers are currently level 5 in whatever field they work in. Excuse the pun. And that should make them all a little bit more efficient. So now that that's been plowed, we want to cultivate that. And then when it's cultivated, we can go ahead and plant those other plants, which will hopefully get us not only multi-flower honey and not only buckwheat honey, but also the colza honey, which I'm hopeful is going to be worth a decent amount. So let's have a little look at the trader here. The multi-flower is currently going to bring us in 1937. The buckwheat's going to bring us 1934. And then a third type of honey, which will be the colza one. Don't know how much that's going to bring in. This guy's currently on 1238 on money as well. So hopefully we're going to be looking at some profits. I'm really hopeful that we're going to be looking at some profits. But we're going to have to wait until the end of the month. And we're going to have to wait until the next episode because, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today's episode of Farm Manager 2018. It's a new series. It's a management game. It's not Far Cry 5, which I'm really enjoying, by the way, and I highly recommend you check out Far Cry 5 because I'm having a lot of fun with it. But with that in mind, that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and it being a new series, do hit that like button. Do show some support. And if you're new around here, subscribe, because at the minute I'm aiming for 3 videos a day, which is tricky and tiresome, but I'm enjoying it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!